On today's episode of Watch Share Go, we get the boat running for real, I hope. Keep going, keep going, keep going. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Share Go, and today we just drug the boat like 15, 20 miles, something like that. A little heat in the tires. It still has all the little nibs on these tires. Seems like they're doing great. Let's see how the wheel bearings feel. Oh yeah.
I was worried about
okay. Yeah, that one's maybe like 80, and that one is cold, I would say. So maybe a little grease on that axle. It seems like it's doing really, really well. And we just went and bought a battery. I've got the Carb kit. Time to do some work. Oh, these things are great. Okay, let's get in here with our deep cycle marine battery. A superstar.
Superstar.
Rando O'Reilly's picked up a battery. Not bad. What was it, like $86 or something for this?
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
$86.99.
$86.99. And pull our caps off here. Comes with nuts and everything. Hey, you have your crescent wrench on you?
Of course he does. Do you not know your father?
I need somebody to tighten down these nuts. This is gonna be so nice. Almost fancy having a car battery in here instead of a jump pack.
A nice old boat.
Yeah, right?
Bearings held up on the drive over here.
Yeah, all the wheel bearings seem great. A bunch of stuff's new too. We forgot to talk about that. I forgot to bring, we got the original books that they ordered with this thing. Yeah.
How did you forget those?
Well, they're at the house. But we have all the receipts now. The transom seal was replaced in 01. The coil and condenser and a few other things were replaced in 05. Carburetor was rebuilt in 05, I think. Yeah. And today we rebuild it again because it's sat ever since. Let's make sure everything works with our new battery.
Do you have fresh fuel to the car?
Prop's trying.
We did put a whole bunch of new fuel in.
Is it coming to the carburetor?
It just squirts. But I do think that's what it's supposed to do because it is mechanical.
Yep, it just worked.
Let's get the flame arrestor off of here. Yeah, there's a seat that goes there, kind of. Well, it's really just a piece of wood, but. All right, we'll set that right here for now. Push these guys out of the way.
Do you have fuel squirting out of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll run it if you want to see. Nothing?
No
Oh,
go.
there's some.
No go, bro. Well,
Still pretty yellow.
Hell yeah, it's gross.
Rocker.
Still stinks. Alright, let's pull the choke off here, I guess. It says this is like an automatic choke.
should be. Just heats it up off of the
Exhaust.
air being sucked through the exhaust. What kind of engine is that?
Buick V6 225 or a 255.
Cute little thing.
Yes, it is. At least the carb comes off this thing with 2 nuts, 2 washers, and 2 lines.
Very important when you're floating on the water.
Yep.
What kind of carb is it?
A Carter RBS. Single bear. Yeah.
It's real simple.
We say that,
Oh, yeah.
but we haven't been all the way through it. Pull the throttle off right here. There we go. Pull our nuts off, and the carburetor is free. There she is. It's pretty clean.
Yeah, it looks real clean.
We cleaned it to death, but apparently we didn't clean it enough. We found a receipt for another one of these 1870-80 carburetor kits with the manual, and I found that after I'd already ordered this one, so I was pretty happy to know I ordered the right one. I think after we tried to rebuild it, the carburetor kit exploded, or the accelerator pump exploded. So.
I've never heard of an exploding accelerator pump.
I mean, it could have been the float bowl gasket, but there was a big pop. As I pressurized it with fuel in it, there was a big... And I was like, yep, I think it's done. We tried to save that gasket, but it may have also like...
Well, you got a new one there.
We did. But this one was pretty tore up right in there, you can see. It was like livable, but not great.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely what popped out of the bottom of the
Probably is.
accelerator pump.
Was toast?
No, I mean the passage is plugged.
Ah. Why it built so much pressure?
Yeah, if it ain't got any place to go.
So here's our new accelerator pump with leather seals. This leather is supposed to hold up to the ethanol is what they say.
But it tells me that you're gonna have to
Do a little cleaning on the
put this
passages.
thing in the soup.
We're talking about soaking it in a 5-gallon bucket of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You need more power by, I mean, that's great carb cleaner, but in order to clean these passages, it's got to soak overnight. This is your idle mixture passageway.
Nice. That's the main metering rod, isn't it?
Look how dirty
That
is.
is nasty. You can look through the side there and
That
see.
may unscrew. It either unscrews or it's just
Pressed in.
pressed in. You have to be careful. This is the air inlet of hot air. That hot air comes around through here, right through that hole right there, around through here, through that hole, and into the main body. So that you always got a continuous source of vacuum sucking air through the choke. That's what keeps the choke up and takes the choke off. So that passageway can easily be verified. You got to start melting all that gum out of there.
Yeah.
And there's lots of little passageways. See, there's even a hole right there. There's a hole in that. That's an orifice. Now that's a plug, but that's an orifice. Again, that's fuel in right there. You're ready to start washing.
This is our 5-gallon bucket of carburetor cleaner right here. It's been sitting for a long time, so we're gonna give it a couple big twists. Carburetor going in. Oh yeah, that is the soup. Okay, there we go. We will come back and get that out of here tomorrow. Oh man, there's a lot of trash coming out of that metering rod hole. This is how you soak in carburetor cleaner if you don't have the bucket. All right, we've got the carburetor soaking back at the other shop, and Zach just dug this out of the boat. That was a very big snake that was up inside this. He pulled that whole thing out inside the ski pocket. I didn't want to reach in there and mess with it. Okay, it's time to rescue the carburetor from the bath. So it's been bathing all night. We got 12 hours of soak in here. Set the lid aside here. Has a metal lid, because danger.
Hey, watch yourself.
Yeah, watch yourself. Man, that stuff cleans up. It's incredible. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit of air and blow all of this junk off here. Just trying to get all the liquid back into the tank. Spraying this with some solvent just so we can knock any residual off real quick. So we wanted to clean the flame arrestor out real fast. It is caked with trash. You can't even like see through the fins. So I figured we'd just take the carb cleaner and blow all this oily dirt trash out. That cleans it so well.
That's impressive.
Yeah. You can see it go from like black to silver. Well, you can see straight through the fins now. You can see light through them.
It's a big deal.
I think we have succeeded. That engine will run better. Let's go wipe this down. Cool.
Hey, that thing come out clean.
It does look really clean, especially all this stuff. Like,
And yeah, I knew it would.
so that guy goes what, right there?
Just like that.
And then this, I assume the spring needs to hook over on this side, right?
You
And
hook
then-
it and then you twist it.
Yeah, and the mark was like right there.
Okay, now you've flowed through all these.
We did. We found
Ooh, that's kind of stiffened up, didn't it?
it did a little bit.
So in order to pull it out, what you got to do is
Yeah, but
you have to grind these rivets off. You have to grind these screws off.
grind them off?
Yeah, you have to grind that off flush. See, that's been staked. So you got to grind that. Take a file or a Dotco or a little grinder. Grind that off. Otherwise, it'll destroy it trying to get it out. Then you unscrew this, and then this shaft will slide out, and then you can change those O-rings and put it right back together.
So we have to pull this bottom butterfly here now because the O-rings are shot after the carb cleaner. So you want to make sure you get a nice good bite with your screwdriver. And we already de-staked these screws. So there was a little bit of resistance as I went ahead and pulled through where they were staked from the factory. Backing out these screws now. And once they're out, I can pull out the main throttle shaft there. Okay, and now we should be able to clear this throttle shaft out. Oh yeah, those O-rings are toast. Well, those O-rings completely fell apart. Let's see if we've got some more. We grabbed some number 8 O-rings out of our Fastenal kit there. That was the perfect size to sit on this and, you know, get these trash ones out that fell apart. Put our nut on there, get it started. Take it down a few turns. Now we can run our accelerator pump again.
Nice and smooth.
Nice, and it runs so much smoother. All right, let's put the butterfly back together. Carburetor saga continues. We're at the big tool store to try to find some very, very small tap sets. I think we found it. It's one of these. Only place in town we could find a ultra small tap set. 4 might be asking a lot of the metal here.
Yeah.
What if 3 would be ideal? If we went to like 348, if you have a tap for that.
I think I do.
We grabbed 440 taps. Now we're trying to grab a 348 tap for these screws. I think that's the screw we're gonna go with. The original thread's probably 348, so I bet we upsize, but we'll see. While we're out here working on the boat, it's time for some new horn switches because these ones are not good. Not good in any way. They feel way better than the wooden ones, and they shouldn't degrade over time. I'm sure the horn logo will definitely go away, but hopefully the horn switches themselves will hold up. Everybody's gonna be feeling like a king when they're hitting these switches. Oh yeah, don't those look like 1,000 times better than rotten wood? Welcome to Under the Sea with Watch JR Go. There's a hook down here that's about this could be a chain hook. I'm not quite sure why that's down here. Here's my new air compressor, and here is my old air compressor, which is much bigger, and I really do hope this all works out.
So while JR is working his wiring magic, I'm gonna go over here and work on the bilge pump. I've already pulled it from underneath the engine, so I'll be separating this case here and putting in our new bilge pump.
Oh! She works!
Bad ground it was.
All right, now we just have to hook up the ground and air horn tap. This is what it all leads up to right here. The Carb butterfly is now tapped. Thank you to Jared. He did all the milling for me because there was a tap stuck in it. Of course, it was a thing. Boat's getting wet and we're not even on a lake. So, time to mount up the carb. We just spent 3 days getting the carb done. One of the worst carb jobs of my entire life, but it's finally there. Woo! All right, the carburetor is back on. Here comes the first test. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Bilge pump setup in the car. We just hit Ace Hardware and we needed to adapt down because the old pump had a 1/2 inch output and the new one is 3/4. So got my 3/4 to 1/2 adapter here. And that is no joke getting it seated in this hose. Finally got this thing put together here. That was no joke. It was a ton of work. I had to take the base off to make life a little bit easier there. And then we can put our dual clamps on here, tighten them down. Probably help if I was using the correct tool instead of the work in the car tool here. Looks pretty good to me. Put the filter / mount back on. All new fuel. All the old fuel is fully evacuated again. We cleaned it. And now we're going to fill it back up. Hopefully it runs this time. Gabe's sliding in here to do this bilge pump. Got there.
This hose is kind of old.
Oh yeah.
But it'll go.
Is there a worm clamp on there?
There is a worm clamp.
Nice. You go get like 5 gallons of water so we can fill this up and run the pump. Time to water the boat. Gabe's pouring in the solution. I hope this bilge pump works.
I guess we'll find out.
Just put the plug in for the first time, so. Oh, that's a lot of water down there. Although it looks like it could hold about 10 gallons before it was full. Here we go.
I hear it running.
It's not submerged enough, I don't think.
So like most things here,
It wasn't on camera while the action happened, but here we go.
there it is.
Does that look better?
That looks much better.
We should probably stop puking all this nasty water on the...
Now see, it's all good. After we got that tube, they look like rodent carcasses out of there.
Yeah.
It worked fine.
Man, fogging the water out of this thing. Coming in hot. We got the water hose shoved in the boat here, and we're trying to get all the rest of the trash out of the bilge. But now, let's power up the pump. I'm excited for the pump, because I think it can actually probably beat the drain hole. That thing is a monster. Success, finally. A toast to you all. We've got my boat out on the gravel just like I always intended. It's a beautiful day. This old SeaRay just chugs right along. It's really quiet too. Sounds like a hybrid. Weird beeping up front. I don't know what that is. I can honk at other people out on the gravel as well. The gravel's almost like glass today. Can't wait to get out here behind it and just enjoy a beautiful day on the water. I mean, gravel. As you can see, I'm going 5. Moving right along. I called in the assistance of a towboat as well. It's a pretty big towboat. Well, this is the end of the boat saga. We found out that it needs a fuel pump rebuild and we can't get the parts in time. I mean, the boat ships out on Tuesday, so I guess that's up to the next owner. It looks so good. We put the engine sides back on just now. Look at that. So nice looking. And we have everything working. Horns, lights, everything, but the engine won't stay running because it's really just not getting enough fuel. It is getting fuel, but it's not getting enough fuel. We can run it on that on our fuel injection system all day long, but it's a carb. Yeah, not enough fuel going into the carb. Very unfortunate. It runs really well. It idles really well if you just fill the float bowl up. We gave it our best shot. I just didn't allocate enough time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. We are headed to see the semi-truck that is part of the John Wick tour. It is the John Wick movie tour, and it has the Mustang from the first 2 movies in it, and it did just have a bunch of Zero DSRs in it, but I guess Zero came and took those back because this is the end of the tour. So this is a sneak peek. I'm really excited about it, and we're gonna get to get up close and personal with the John Wick movie artifacts. And usually I'd be like, oh, you know, it's just movie stuff, whatever, props are props. This is really cool though. Who doesn't love John Wick?
Because they're amazing.
No doubt about it. Kurt is moving this bad boy, and we're gonna go to the mall and open it up. So we're headed down the street.
Just say you accept tips.
Charge admission. There's a green screen in it? Was that so you could take pictures?
That was with the bike. The bike was strapped to the floor, and the green screen was there, so you could. They had all the like the ninja riders around you, and you could act like you were swinging, swinging at them. And
it smells like race fuel and trailer. It's perfect. This is what it smells like every time we get the Huracan out for 2K. Yep. It smells just like that. I didn't realize this was a race car. He's pushing as hard as he can.
It's coming. There we go.
Ah. What a cool trailer.
it's a real simple one too. I mean, some do have hydraulics, have clamshells and everything.
Yeah.
Double expandables, but this is real. This is meant to be quick setup, quick tear down.
Gotcha.
Shooting.
This parking lot is growing a crowd here. Got here like 3 minutes ago. On max traps too. Look at that old school Sirius XM receiver in there with a B&M ratchet shifter. This thing is super nice. Mind blown.
Yeah, I'm not carrying a horse.
Old school turn signals in the hood scoop.
Are they really?
Yeah, all the old Mustangs had turn signals in the hood scoop.
Check out, it's got a like to open the headers. It's got an electric actuator.
Oh, okay, it's got electric cutouts. Yeah. QTPs too, aren't they? I used to have QTPs on my 4th gen. Awesome. This thing's built really well. It's just somebody's race car, and
Yeah.
it just got adopted into the movie.
Supposedly this has got something from the movie. They said that a camera mount there.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it's supposedly identified.
And then it had a lot of the movie props, and then it had all the outdoor props. Like one of the suits that had like Halle Berry's outfit.
Okay.
So it's
I saw like it said the Continental Hotel plan; those were gone and stuff. I got
and it had some of the coins,
Okay, okay.
and it had the thing where you stamp it.
oh nice.
Cool.
Pop it open, it'll be like a straight 6 or something.
That's how you know it's a movie car.
That's how you know it's yeah.
Just a turbo 4.
Okay.
Ooh-wee. Demon Carb. MSD 6AL over there, and sweet. Man, that's cool. What a sweet old car build.
Yeah.
This had to have been a SEMA build back in the day. I'm in love with this car. It smells so good, just pure race gas.
Like we were talking.
Such a cool wrap.
I've never felt it.
Sweet trailer.
Never.
What a door.
See, this is started out as a regular van trailer.
Hey, thanks, Kurt. Have a good night.
Back tomorrow.
All right, that was super fun. Brought the John Wick truck by.